a beta slash preview video on a Sunday. I was on a super secret side quest visiting 4J Studios with a bunch of other creators. All will be revealed on Tuesday. But welcome to the beta slash preview version 1.21.40.21. In this version, we have some creative changes. This week's experimental features, bundles. We have one change. Renamed bundles' names are now italicized in the tooltips. We have a bug report. Renamed bundle doesn't have italic formatting. So basically, if you renamed it, this is what it looked like. Features and bug fixes. Accessibility features. Re-implemented the left-handed mode on touch devices for accessing the inventory from the hotbar. We have a bug report. This was reported back in March of 2024. This is what it was like in the older version, where you had the 3 dots to access creative or the menus in general. And this is what it was like on the newer versions. You are still able to have it here, but you can now once again switch it to over here. Blocks. Fixed an issue with shipwrecks only generating lower slabs. This fix will not alter already generated shipwrecks. We have a bug report. This is the report. Been around for a little bit of time. As you can see here, they left a seed and a location, which we will go to. I actually thought that this was a feature. So, you know, when you go into a shipwreck, you go into the treasure room, you have the treasure chest over there, and you have to crouch. I actually thought that this was a feature intended for players to sneak under it. This is meant to be up here. So here is the shipwreck that the user left. I've loaded this in the newest version. Going forward, it's just going to be so much easier to go through here. So apparently, this whole entire time, with this being down here, having to do this, turns out it was actually a bug. They also updated references to old block names in behavior pack wood recipe files. Updated references to old block names in remaining behavior pack recipe files. Gameplay changes. Fixed a bug where oozing, weaving, and wind charged effects did not apply on player's death. We have a bug report. This is a vanilla parity issue. If you watch this video, this user does have one of these effects, but when they die, it isn't applied. So obviously it's meant to create something like slimes, or if you die with weaving, it should generate cobwebs. That didn't work. It should be fixed now. I set up a couple of commands for this. So we now have oozing, we now have wind charge, and we have weaving. We're in survival. If we go up and die, and as you can see here, we generated slimes, the wind burst effect was applied, and we have cobwebs from weaving. This is an interesting one because we covered this in a previous beta slash preview. Mobs can now perform mace smash attacks. So I've tried to replicate this where they kind of fall off and hit the player. What they're meant to do is apply the effects. But we tried this last time and I've tried it today, and they just don't do the proper smash attacks. It's hard to replicate. I guess we just have to take their word for it. Obviously, as you guys know, if I'm to change my game mode to survive, creative, let's say we were to jump off somewhere like here, it's something that's what the mobs are meant to do. So it's hard to replicate. We've seen this issue before. Apparently now it's meant to work properly. General changes. Removed some keyboard key binding from the settings that should only exist in Minecraft Education. Control tips, code builder, and immersive reader. Graphical. Fixed an issue that caused some blocks to lose their ambient occlusion and for leaves in certain biomes to appear too bright. Before we check out the bug report, if you've watched me on stream recently on YouTube, which I've started to do more often, we were inside of a plains biome and all of the leaves were incredibly bright. That's what this is referring to. These bugs come and go. Here is a list of the issues people had experienced. Again, this is what my tree leaves were looking like. It should now be resolved. Changes with mobs, carved pumpkin, and skull now rotates with the bug's head when worn. We have a bug report. Been an issue in all of these versions, reported very early on this year. We tap on the screenshots here. You can see it doesn't quite fit correctly. Let's get a bogged inside of here. Flick this lever one more time. As you can see, it's quite fitting now. Sound changes. Starting off with blocks. Mob spawner step sounds and hit sounds now play at their intended volume. This is the exact same for the trial spawner. Sound changes with mobs. With a skeleton step sounds now play at their intended volume. User interface. Land worlds are now visible in the worlds tab for the All UI play screen, which is preview only. Fixed a bug where the incorrect message would be shown on the experimental bed screen for certain values of the player sleeping percentage game rule. We have a bug report. I've had a lot of you talking about this in my comments section. New bed screen shows an incorrect message when player sleep percentage is set to above 100. So I'm going to copy this command. As you can see here, no amount of rest can pass the night is shown like in the old bed screen. So this is what it was like. And as you can see here, this is what it was displaying. So I'm going to run the game rule. I'm going to go / time set. I'm going to do midnight. We're going to get in bed here. And as you can see, no amount of rest can pass this night. And this is what your screen is meant to look like. Creative inventory changes. I do like the developer notes, by the way. They've started introducing these. Items and blocks in the creative inventory have been reorganized with the goal of making overall sorting more intuitive. Let's read the changelog. The only reason why I said read the changelog is because there has been so many changes. They've now put the trial keys together. Stone is now grouped in the correct place. The copper, iron, and gold blocks were moved to match the raw version's orders. Again, it's just to make it a lot easier. Let's go over some of the changes in game. The only thing I will say is that Minecraft is a muscle memory game, so a lot of you might find some of the locations that you've remembered have now changed. But one of the changes I like is to do with the stone blocks. Stone is at the start of all of the stone, which makes sense. Another change down here, you can see the keys are now grouped together. I also like that they've moved the infested versions a little bit further down. Not sure if it was like this previously, but these are out the way. Something I would do when trying to pick up a specific stone, I would pick up the infested versions. And if we just go to the top and we scroll down slowly, you'll see how clean the UI actually looks versus how it previously did. This has been something that Minecraft Bedrock Edition has needed for quite some time. I believe this has also happened for each and every individual slot as well. So if you like to use these rather than the search, I'm on Windows, so I like to just search for the things that I need. But if you're on a different platform and you find it easier by using these, again, things might have slightly moved, but they should be a lot easier to locate now. And technical updates. Let's read the changelog. Quite a few technical updates to blocks, components. We have some tweaks to editor mode, features, graphical, and more. If you're interested in this side of Minecraft, I'll leave a link down below. We did actually get some changes and fixes to the deferred technical preview. Anyway, sorry for the delay. Hope it was worth it. This week was mainly focusing on bug fixes. I am expecting some more exciting betas and previews very soon, but regardless, I'm back in office, so I'll keep you all updated as soon as the stuff gets revealed. Have a wonderful day.